So we're going to see how to use Google Forms. Already you have the basic idea of how to use a Google Form. So I'm going to use it. I'll check back to the browser. Okay. So I'm just charting forms.google.com. I just type forms.google.com. So it will actually, if you are already logged in into your Gmail account or your Google account, it will directly take you inside. This is the home page. You have to type forms.googles.com. Else, in Google search, you type Google Forms. You search for Google Forms. So as soon as you search for Google Forms, you can see the first result. Google Forms, free online surveys for personal use. Click on it. If you are logged in into your Gmail account, automatically it will take you to this page. Once you are in this page, here you can see these are some of the forms I have been created already. This is where you have the option to create a new form. So these are all some templates that are available. I'll take up a blank form, a new form. Once I click on new form, okay. So this is a Google form. I'll just give a title. So this is I'm creating a Google form for inviting families for alumni meet. I'm inviting the families for alumni meet. For that, I'm giving this question. So first we'll ask a name of the person, or I'll first get the email address. Okay, so you actually have an inbuilt option for collecting the email. If you happen to go into the settings, you have an option for collecting email address. By default, you can make it on, but particularly for this form, not everyone will be willing. If they are not willing to join, they will not be giving the email. So in that case, we need not enable it by default, but we'll add it. And this is one interesting feature that is available. See the feature that got invoked automatically. It's called as response validation. Why we require is, if you don't have this feature, okay, so if you go for the live form, you can enter anything, it will still take it, but that's not always correct. So a good way is to identify whether it is the correct email or not. Okay, so for that we'll use response validation. So in response validation, you have to check, this is a text, basically the email is a text is an email address. So email address means it will check at some gmail.com or at yahoo.com. It will check for that. Can give a custom text message. So sorry, please check, or please check again. You can give a custom message, please check again. So thereby it will be more user. I'm not making it mandatory. See, the option is required. If it is mandatory, they have to give it compulsorily. So I'm not making it mandatory. I'm just using it email. So the next question is, I'm getting the name of the person, or I'll just put whether you are interested. We cannot compel a person to attend a meet. Whether you are interested to attend the meet. So that's a question. So automatically it shows you the answers yes, no. Whether it's an yes or a no. This question is mandatory. Whether you are interested to attend the meeting or not. Okay. If you are interested, so how many family members will be joining? How many family members will be joining? That's a multiple instead of a multiple choice question, I'll just put it as a, see, you have variety of questions. I'm going to use a short answer itself. So they are expected to give a number. They're expected to give a number. So we'll use a response validation. It's a number. You can check whether it is number greater than, lesser than. It is again a number. You check whether it is a number. Suppose if they enter TWO2, then it's wrong. They have to specify only a number. So this is the second part. Okay. So how many members are attending? Last question is whether they are interested to volunteer one of these activities. Volunteer or support the following activities. So this way we can have this, I'll put it as multiple choice question, or I'll just put drop down box. So we can have some games here. So pie eating contest. We'll have some dumb charades. So some cleaning after dinner. Something we'll have good number of choices. So these are the contests. Okay, I'll just stop. So you have 3 contests. So whether they are interested to support. Okay. Now, if you actually see the Google form, so it will first ask for email address. So whether you are interested to attend the meet. If I say no, then these questions should not come. As of now, these questions will also be answered though. So there is no meaning for this question asking. Okay. So what we can do is, we'll just get back to the form. Here, first thing what I'll do is I'll get to this question, and you have an option called add section. So the rest of the things will be under another section, that is overall attending function. I'll just for simple reference, function attending. So I'm added a section now. So this section will activate based on the response that is given here. Here again I'll just go. You have an option called, see this option. When I use these 3 dots, press it, go to section based on answer. You have an option called go to section based on answer. Click on that. So if they give S, so you have drop down, they have to fill the section 2. If they give S, they have to fill the section 2. If they fill no, they can directly submit the form. So this is go to section if they are given yes. Else they can submit the form and just go. So now we'll see the reply output. I just go into preview. So it is automatically saved. So it will ask for email address. If I'm not interested, you can leave it blank because it is not mandatory question. If I press no, it will go to submit. Okay. So else if I give S, it will ask for how many family members are joining, what thing you are interested. Okay. So I have to give 12. Else if I give 2, 3, it will tell it should be a number because we have added response validation. I just put a number, 12 members are attending, and I wanted to go for an pie eating contest, say. Okay, just I'm submitting the result. Fine. Now, one thing we can tweak it better. See, I have added 3 items here. What if everyone goes for the first option itself? We cannot tell like, no, the first entry is closed. We have only 50 volunteers. You cannot take more than that. No openings for you. We cannot restrict people. So a better way to do this is, we use some add-ons. So see, there are three options listed. So we require equal number of volunteers for all the contests. So everyone is interested only in dump share, say. They don't choose other things, then it will be a problem for us. So to equally distribute the content, we're going to use something called as add-ons. Okay. So there are good number of add-ons that are available. You can see from your top, you have an option, three dots are there. Just click on the three dots. You can see the last one, add-ons. You need to click on the add-ons. Just click on the add-ons. Once you click on the add-ons, it will be launching your G Suite marketplace. You will have good number of add-ons here. You see, you can use all these add-ons. We are going to see this one. This one is called as Choice Eliminator. See this add-on, it's Choice Eliminator. I'm going to choose this one. So I need to install this add-on. See, it is a Forms add-on. I need to install it. Install, it will ask for permission. Continue. It will ask for permission from my email. Again, I select my account and it will ask for permission to use the drive, send email. Just give a allow. Once you are allowed, that particular thing will be installed in your Google form. It will be an add-on. Just see this part, this space actually. Here you have three icons initially. Now once you are given done, you can see the fourth icon that has come into here. This is your add-on. Initially only these three icons were there. We didn't have any add-ons. Now I have added one more item here. So I'll just close this box. Okay. So this is the point I want to do the elimination part. So click on the add-ons. You have only one add-on installed. Click on Choice Eliminator. Once you click on that, you see this window pops up. You have two options. It's called Configure Help. It's quite simple to configure it. Just click on Configure. Once I click on Configure, you can see a window that gets popped up and another note how to use it. See, this is a very important one. Use drop-down question type instead of multiple choice for better reliability. For this add-on, for better reliability, they are suggesting to use drop-down question type instead of multiple choice question type. Okay. So already we have selected only drop-down, so we do not worry. So we are in the drop-down. So I'm going to choose which question. This question, whether you are interested, not this question. We'll actually start for this one. Whether, so it is actually listing out all the multiple option questions. So whether they are interested to support the following activities. This is a question. I want to use eliminate choice. Click. It will go for creating. It will go for creating. Once it's clicked, eliminate choices, this button will appear. You have to press on choice options. Once you press choice options, you'll be landed in this page. Here you can see pie eating contest, dump charades, cleaning after dinner. You can restrict the number of counts you require. Say I want 2 volunteers for pie eating. I want 1 for dump charades. Say I want 10 for cleaning after dinner. This is a count that I require. Okay. So 2 for, this is the limit. 2, here 1, 10 for thing. Okay. So once I save this one. Okay. So already it's saved by default. Okay. 2, 1 and 10. I'll just close it. Now I'll just go to the live form. I'll go to the live form. So if interested, I'm going to give my email. Okay, I'm interested to attend the meeting. Yes. Only if it is going to land in this page. Here I'm just going to give 2 members. Here you see 3 options are listed. Suppose I choose dumb charades and I give a submit. So the response has been recorded. Now another student comes, he goes for the response. He says, yes, I want to attend. And again, you'll go for the family members. So I just give some one member or two, say 3 members. Here, see here, this is the interesting part of it. Because for dumb charades, we have given the limit as only 1. For dumb charades, the limit is 1. So that entry is automatically removed here. That entry is not shown here. Okay. Now you'll have only 2 choices to enter. So this will be a more easy way to eliminate the choice. Since you have given the count according to the count. So pie eating contest will come for 2 times or 2 users. Cleaning after dinner will come for 10 users. So this kind of eliminating choice will actually make your Google form more powerful. You can create a very interesting kind of thing. Okay. So this is a quite interesting feature. So now you can just give pie eating contest and just submit it. Okay. So this is the very interesting feature to use the add-ons that are available in our Google Forms. Now we'll create another Google form. I'll go back to my Google Forms. So we have a very interesting thing in Google Forms. You have quizzes. You can create online quizzes. Many of you know about how to create an online quiz. Anyway, we'll show you. But the interesting part of that is you can even deliver online certificate. It's possible to deliver an online certificate for the thing. So I'll just go to blank. I'll create a quiz. I'm going to create a quiz. So I'll just put a sample quiz. I'll just go title as sample quiz. I'll just put the name, say 1, 2. So I just have the first question like this about, say, about India. Who is the father of the nation? A question like this. Who is the father of the nation? So we'll put just required. So here again, I have to go. I just go to settings to make it as a quiz. Go to settings. Go to settings. See here. So you enable email address. Okay. And you see the quizzes. This option is disabled by default. Make this as a quiz. Make this as a quiz. And if you want, you can immediately give the result, or you can do it later. Later, after manual review, you can do. That's up to you. So you want to show the correct answers. Immediately, I don't want to show the correct answers. Fine. So only the point values will be shown. Okay. Only the final thing will be shown. I'll just save. Now it is a quiz. Okay. Once you have converted this into a quiz, you can see the answer key. So first I'll give the options. Say Mahatma Gandhi. So I'll add, say, Nehru. I'll say add Bose. Okay. Now we'll go to the answer key. So I have to select how many points I want to give. Say I want to giving 10 points. See, once I update 10 points, automatically you can see total points 10. So which is the correct answer? I can give the correct answer. Even you can add a feedback to the question. You can add like, you can add a small note about Gandhi, why the other option is wrong. You can give feedback for each and every answer. Thereby, it will be more helpful for the student. Okay, when you are designing question for your own subject, it will be very interactive for the student. Why this answer is wrong? Why it is not correct? You can give facts for each and every option. So done. I'll make another question. I'll just duplicate this. So here I'm going to give what, which of the following This is a national animal. So the options be like a lion, tiger, bear. Okay. Again, the answer key. So the correct answer is tiger. Okay. So give it done. So you can see the total points is 20. Now the question. So we have prepared a quiz. So another interesting feature that is available in Google Forms is, suppose you have created a quiz earlier. You have good number of questions another. See here, you have an option called import questions. You have an option called import questions. You can click on that. You can, so it will display all the forms that you have created earlier. From, suppose you have one or two questions in another form. Say I'll just choose, I don't have any forms related to this. I'll just choose this one. I'll choose this one. If I select, it will show you all the questions that are there in that question. I'll just take one more question from here. So one question from that. So you can import a questions from an existing question. So I have imported one question. Okay. So answer key again, I'll just give same 10 points. Done. So this is a very interesting feature. You can import questions from your earlier question bank that you have created. Okay. So in that way, you can easily create your question. Now our quiz is ready. I'll go to the preview section. So the student will give his email address. So is going to answer. Okay, you just give submit. Your response has been recorded. Again, you can modify this output. Okay. So now my question is, a quiz is created. Now, interesting feature is to generate a certificate for the student. To generate an online certificate for the student, we'll again go into add-ons. Click on add-ons. So you have a tool called Certify. You have an add-on called Certify. So I'll just search for it, Certify. So you have certified them. So this is the add-on. Click on the add-on, install that add-on, give a permission, check the email account you want to use with it, allow your Google Drive and send email options. Once this is done, it will install that particular certify them. Okay, now it is done. The add-on is installed. Now this is my quiz. I want to use a certification facility. Go to add-on, click on certify them. So this particular thing pops up. So show certify controls. Click on show certify controls. You can see this window on the right side. Certify hem. Okay, so it's the first time I'm using. It is asking for accepting the terms. Once I accept the terms, you can see certification is off. I will turn on. I'm just turning on the certification for this particular Google form. It takes a bit time. Now it has connected. You can just see, if you click on link to exam, it actually directs you to this form again. So here certification records, you can just see the certification record. These are the parts of the certificate: email, full name, then you have past. Okay, all these things are there. Fine. Now what we'll do is, so here you can fix the passing score. Can fix the passing score. Say here it is by default, it is 80%. You can fix it any passing score. And there are good number of templates available. Okay, you can preview all the templates, how it looks like. So these are the templates, inbuilt templates that are available for generating certificates. So I'll just, by default, it is select golden. I'll go with golden. Okay. So here we have good number of other options. So it will create a certificate, and you can even give a subject, content, send it as a PDF. Okay, so in what way we want, these are the settings. Okay, the basic settings is sufficient. Okay, now it is enabled. Now we'll see it. I'll just go to the form. So as a student, I'm just filling it. So I just give the answers. So I just give submit. Okay, once I give submission is thing, if you have passed, you will receive a printable certificate. But to get the printable certificate, it will take some 5 to 10 minutes actually. So we can see whether it has came. So here I just open my mail. It will take some time to create the certificate. If you have qualified, it will take some time. This is one certificate that was built earlier for testing. So this is a certificate, how it comes. So a certificate will be coming like this. Congratulations on completing the first quiz. So you can format in whatever way you want. So the quiz certificate will be directly coming to my email ID. So it takes pretty good time for it to create a certificate and send it to your email. It takes some time. Okay. So that's it in Google Forms. I'll show you once I receive it back. It will take another 3 or 4 minutes for the certificate process to launch. So we'll get back to our content. So we'll move on. I'll show you when it comes up. So Google Forms. So what we have seen in Google Forms is these are the 5 options we have seen. One is section based on answer. That's we can tweak your Google form in a better manner. Second one is response validation. Third one is you can import questions. If you are using a quiz, you can import questions. And then use of add-ons. Particularly, we have trusted on 2 add-ons. One is a choice eliminator. Second one is sending e-certificates. It will send a e-certificate to your email. Automatically, to all the participants, it will be sending an email. So these are actually some tags. Where do we use these tags are? So you can see here. I'll get back to this, whether my mail is ready. Okay. Okay. It's not yet came. So we'll come back later to this one. So I'll get back to this. Okay. So here, see, the records are created. This is the first entry that I made. Since I didn't give the name, it has taken this as a name. Actually, you can suggest the name field. In the question itself, I can have an option for name. Okay. So name, then score, percentile, passed. This is a unique certificate ID. So whoever is going to enter the quiz, their pass score and as well as they have passed, total score is 30, they have passed it, and the certificate ID will also be generated. So this way it will be very easy for us to evaluate it. Fine. So these are the tools and features that are available in Google Forms.